Yeah, I mean, if this had been a letter purely about the decision not to send off Romero for that challenge on Kylian Mbappe, I think we would probably say, well, they're right. It should have been a red card. And of course, as you mentioned, the kind of the added frustration for Real Madrid, the fact that he then goes and scores the winning goal that defeats them. But I think when you look at the nature of this letter, which, as Craig says, is talking conspiracy, that opening line that you talk about, how this goes well beyond a refereeing mistake. This goes well beyond, if you like, interpretation of the rules or someone getting it wrong. And actually, I'm afraid the answer is no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And so this letter is, in my opinion, completely full of flaws. We could literally go through it, picking them apart one by one. Some of the things they say are quite legitimate. They talk about a change in the structure of the refereeing, and that might well be useful. For example, the structure of refereeing in Spain is not the same as in England, although it's not like in England everyone is now delighted with the fact that there's a separate independent referees body that's professional and that looks after itself. Nobody seems to be particularly happy with that either. In fact, that's been the source of conspiracy theories too. And Real Madrid's complaint, I think, comes from a place of knowing that there's a change at the head of the federation, from a place of, yes, frustration at decisions that they believe going against them, but as you say as well, this constant talk of conspiracy, this constant talk of changing the environment, of changing the power bases, and talking about justice, when really and truly what most clubs want isn't justice. What they want is the referees to blow in their favour. They don't say anything when the decisions go their way, and this isn't Real Madrid, this is everybody. When was the last time a referee came out and a manager or a coach came out in a press conference after a game and said, you know what, the referee got it really wrong and shouldn't have given us the penalty? That doesn't happen. And yeah, I'm basically with Craig on this, but I think this is a particularly bad version. It was interesting actually listening to Ancelotti today in the pre-game press conference for tomorrow night's game against Leganés talking about this issue, because actually some of the things he said, I think if you analyse and interpret what he says, slightly contradicts what Real Madrid are saying. Ancelotti saying, for example, everyone's unhappy with the referee. That tells you there's something wrong with the structure. Yeah, that might well do. But Real Madrid aren't writing this letter on behalf of every other club. Ancelotti then saying, well, part of the reason why the Premier League referees are better is they don't have the pressure. Well, where's the pressure coming from? And so, yeah, the situation isn't good in Spain. It's going to be confrontational, and I think it's only going to get worse.
Is that how you see it as well, Luis? Because it is all over the Spanish press today. It's like filling all the first few pages of the Madrid-based papers.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I don't think at some point we understood that because Vieira was going to be involved, he's going to be part of our daily basis talks, that every single situation was going to be the right one, or every single situation wasn't going to bring a little bit of controversy, because it's far away from what I think what we expect from football. Football is being built on mistakes, and mistakes are going for the players and also from the referees. And all the help that the referees are going to have is going to be fantastic. But still, they're going to have mistakes because they are human beings and they are no machines, because they need to interpret what is happening on the field at a different level. And even in the ones that are on the VAR, they need to see it in a different way. So in the end, mistakes are going to happen. Right now, it happened 50 years back, 20 years back, and they will happen in the next 20 years. So I don't understand why Real Madrid is doing this. I don't understand. Maybe they have their right, of course, or maybe they have their opinion, trying to think that they can put pressure on the referees or the school of referees. But I think there is no helping. Again, I totally well said from La Liga's perspective to La Liga or to the future of football, because what we don't want is people talking about the mistakes that the referees are happening, because we've seen it here in La Liga. We saw no long ago in the Premier League with the Liverpool exactly the same, a player who was not given the yellow card, and he was the one who scored right after the goal. So situations like these are going to happen, so we need to understand. Of course, we can have our opinion and complain it, but making this kind of statement, I think we are not in the right way.
I think what even executives and owner and presidents and managers and so forth of football clubs need to understand, if they don't already, that words matter. Words matter, because you're feeding a frenzy to an already frothing fan base. It might be your club or whatever club it is that feels they've been wronged. You've only got to look at the pressure this will put on the referees, the spotlight even more. The incident in the Arsenal game at Wolves, where Michael Oliver sent off a young Arsenal player, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and then he received death threats a couple of days later. We saw the words that mattered when Jose Mourinho criticised Anthony Taylor, and he was literally attacked at the airport making it back from a European game. So words matter in these scenarios, and I mean, I've seen some of the Spanish piping on about the English referees. The English referees, as we know, are making mistake after mistake after mistake, week in, week out as well. It's a very, very, and I don't think people understand this. Right? And as a player, did you really respect refs or understand how difficult it was when you were out in the field? No. But sitting back now, for however many years I've been doing this job, I have a great admiration of how difficult this is to be an assistant at the speed the game is played in a referee. And particularly in the modern game, where everybody's looking to con people and get an edge. So I feel for the referees. I mean, we all want them to be better, but this kind of insinuation, and that's me being nice, is not going to do anybody any favours. In fact, I think it makes the referee's job more difficult.